What's up, guys? Welcome back to Whiskey Website Wednesdays. This is episode 68. My name is Mira. I am the social media manager at Outside the Box. I am joined by Gauch and our special guest, Rick Skaditz. We will do a little brief intro. He's delicious.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it. And we haven't even started drinking yet.
We are trying Rick's favorite bourbon.
One of my favorite bourbons, yeah.
Just the notes, you guys, usual format. Spice, on the aroma, there's a bit of spice, tea, hints of peppermint.
We'll start
on the taste, there's a spice, again, peppery, honey, light-bodied, really gentle bite. And it's a dry, clean, brief finish. I think it was created in 1796, but I'm going to let Rick take it away.
You know what? I like it. I like the product. I like the bottle. The first time that I picked up this bottle was because of, look at it. It looks beautiful. Yeah. It's the first bourbon bottle. Don't punch me in the face, okay?
She's going to.
She's going to punch me in the face.
This is the best part of the episode, every time.
I feel like I'm going to get punched. Really
it's not. It's actually not even twisting.
Oh, man. Oh, there we go. Opa! But the reason I picked up this bottle was because, my top favorites are Buffalo Trace, I like Maker's Mark, and then I saw this bottle and I just love the way it was packaged. So I picked it up, and I usually drink bourbon just over ice on the rocks, and it was smooth, it was light. I like to make cocktails sometimes with my bourbons and whiskeys and all that, so I had a party once and I decided to make some cocktails with this, and everyone really enjoyed it because it wasn't so overpowering. It wasn't not as strong as usual bourbons sometimes tend to be.
Yeah.
It's a very soft and mellow drink. So, if I'm sitting at home, just want to have a bourbon or two or three or four or maybe five, I sometimes tend to go with Basil Hayden.
I'll start pouring.
I think you want to try a cocktail.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we can definitely get some cocktails going. If you guys want to try a little bit first, and then I'll make a cocktail.
Taste it out first, and then we'll go over. We'll do a cocktail.
So just to give you guys a little brief about Rick, actually I should have done this in the beginning, but he owns Rick Good Eats. It's a restaurant actually downstairs in our building, and amazing Indian fusion, you call it?
Yeah, Punjabi Indian fusion. It's kind of the new kind of tradition when it comes to the food that I used to eat at home and the food that I grew up eating in Canada. So it's burgers, pastas, brontes that are mixed with fusion flavors.
Butter chicken mac and cheese, one of my favorites.
Tandoori bacon, I got a Punjabi cheeseburger.
You were also on Recipe to Riches?
I was on Recipe to Riches about 5 years ago, so that took place with President's Choice, and I won with my category, which was butter chicken lasagna. So it's sold all over Canada as a PC product. And then we just recently made top 16 out of 100 restaurants in Canada, according to Yelp. So
congratulations.
That was cool, yeah.
That's big.
Yeah, it was big. That's why we're celebrating with some bourbon today.
Next year is number one.
Next year is number one. Exactly.
Let's do, so with ice or?
We can do it straight. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it the way you guys usually do it.
Okay. I'll do a little bit of each and then we can top it.
We're going to smell it first.
You do get the spicy. I don't really smell the tea though. Mm-hmm. But the spice, yes.
Smell a bit of fruit. Actually, I was reading up online too, and they said something about Christmas blend, like Christmas season. It smells like Christmas. It's called.
It actually does smell like that other one that we had. Remember the one that had a Christmas cake?
The one we drank before Christmas.
Yeah.
I forgot what it's called.
Cornbread, some menthol, some dark fruits.
The dark fruits.
I smell the dark fruits.
Yeah. Doesn't it smell like an overpowering bourbon like you're used to, which is nice.
And that's why it's considered a softer bourbon. Mm-hmm. So when they introduced Basil Hayden, this has been around for a long time, but they brought it back, this bottle, I think in 98 or 92, something like that. And it didn't really sit well with all the bourbon drinkers because it wasn't a typical bourbon.
Yeah.
But as I guess years went by, people started adapting to it. And this is, if you really want to start getting into bourbon, this is a really good bourbon to start with. Okay. This is, like you said, it's not too overpowered. It's soft, it's light, and it tastes delicious.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Ooh. Do you guys ever take a deep breath in?
Yes.
I did that one time when I was trying to show my friends how to drink whiskey, and then I started crying.
So bad. Well, when I'm drinking a new whiskey or bourbon, I do that. And today I just fucked up.
Do you do the sucking the teeth? You go up.
I've never done that.
So one of the Trevor actually came in for one of the episodes. He kind of showed us how to taste whiskeys and stuff. So one thing you do on the first sip, kind of suck suck it through your teeth after you take a little sip. And that actually just opens up the flavor. You get a better profile.
There.
You taste the flavors a little bit more.
I'm coughing again.
Oh, it does have like the spicy kick, peppery kick to it though.
And you brought some lychee cactus pear and mango orange strawberry. Oof.
So I like to have fun with these juices. When I'm on a Friday or Saturday night, I've had a long shift at work and I'm working 14, 16 hours, whatever it is. I'll take one of these home, or two, or three. I will make some cocktails out of this. So basically, what I do is, so let's do this. Let's add a little bit more bourbon.
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, I will not object to that.
Yeah. And then we're gonna grab some. Do we have some ice? We have some ice, right?
Yes.
There's some ice in that bag there.
I
wash my hands. I promise.
You're the master.
Somehow I would mess this part up.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right.
Okay, so now what I do is, what flavor do you guys want? Lychee cactus pear?
I'm gonna try the lychee.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or mango orange strawberry.
Chef special. Chef choice.
All right. Let's do mango orange strawberry.
Oh, cool.
Okay. So yeah, give it a good shake. So you're gonna half part juice.
I mainly got this because it was pink. So.
it's good with that. It's really good.
Okay.
So.
Half part?
Yeah, half part. And I usually like to mix it with some Perrier. And it's just any sparkling water or any soda. That color is just beautiful.
Ooh. This reminds me of summer.
Yeah.
It does.
You can have so much fun with these juices. So you can do this with San Pel, fresh juice, anything you want. But yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
Look at that color.
It does look good.
I can smell the lychee. Ooh. This is refreshing.
Right?
Like you still get the bourbon. It's not watered down.
You still get the bourbon, right?
Yeah.
And you know, like for an example, my sister, so every time she drinks, she makes this weird face. And it can be like the lightest like drink possible, but she'll drink it and she's like, right? And I'll make her this, and she loves it. She actually doesn't make that face, so it's
that's your meter.
That's the meter.
That's
yeah.
She made the face. Okay, I got to change this.
Yeah.
So because we are a marketing company and we typically talk about marketing stuff, we're gonna ask you just like a few marketing questions about your business, like how you got started and stuff like that. Do you use social media a lot to attract customers, or how do they come about?
The only thing that we use for marketing is social media.
Okay.
And word of mouth. We haven't done any advertising out there. We haven't put any flyers, any TV or radio, unless I have friends in TV and radio. They'll give me a shout out here and there. But it's been really cool because I started off Rick's Good Eats as a blog 10 years ago, and it was just me posting recipes up online. And I got a lot of followers right before I opened the restaurant. I had about maybe 8,000 on Facebook. I had about 8,000 on Instagram, and I was going to open up a restaurant thinking that I would have a different name for the restaurant.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you know what? Why change the name of the restaurant if Rick's Good Eats has been around for so long, and I'm making my Good Eats, the food that I love eating. So we kept it Rick's Good Eats. We changed everything from the blog to the restaurant. And we got lots more followers after that, and that's been helping us quite a bit. So thank God I didn't change the name of the restaurant. I kept the branding the same, and social media has been our best friend. Anytime business is slow, I'll put a post out there. Sometimes if it's really busy and we can't even handle that week, I won't put a post. I'm afraid to put a post. It's so weird, and you know, it's helped us quite a bit. And then obviously you can target. You can target your market, right, on Instagram and Facebook. So that's been a good tool as well.
What have you found has been your biggest difficulty with social media or anything to market your brand?
So right now we're facing. So we've hit our own backyard. We've hit the people that are in the surrounding cities. A lot of word of mouth is hitting different cities outside of GTA. We get people from, last week we had someone from Detroit. We had people from Unionville to King City. And it's become a destination spot. What we're trying to do now is obviously social media doesn't hit everyone, right? There's new customers that are still out there, and they know. I always ask my customers, how'd you hear about us? And they'll say through a friend or through online, through Yelp, whatever it may be. And if they say social media, that's amazing. But if they don't, then I know that they're hearing it from other places. And I now have to kind of go into those backyards and figure out how I'm going to attract those customers, whether it be from a mailer to flyers. The thing is, I don't want to do flyers. I don't want to do any of those coupon booklets or any of that. So we are trying to figure out how to kind of penetrate that market that we're kind of missing out on. A lot of it is teaming up with the right people. So a good friend of mine who runs Mississauga and in Brampton, he's been helping me out quite a bit, and we're going to be doing some really cool stuff in the summertime, and that generates new traffic. I do a lot of news segments, morning news, so CTV morning news, CBC. We're doing a show with the goods, so we'll get a different demographic and different market from there. So kind of going back into this. So 2018 is more for media for Rick Matharu, because I used to be in media and I kind of stopped because of the restaurant, but now I'm getting back out there, and I think that's the only way that we can have new customers is organically going out there and spreading the word. I love doing everything grassroots organically, putting it out there, and if people like your brand, they like what they see, they like the personality behind it, they'll actually come and check it out. And I find that when I do more entertainment stuff like that or stuff like this, people are intrigued and they want to kind of find out more about the brand, so they'll Google it and we'll get new people from there, right? Yeah,
there's a certain authenticity to the brand when you build it out that way.
Exactly, right? I mean, I can do it one way where it's very cheesy, in your face, flyers everywhere, coupon booklets everywhere, and that kind of takes away from myself and my brand. Whereas I can just go out and network, just like you guys do, right? Just network out. And I think networking has been my best friend, and it's just literally being on the road and just meeting new people and getting my face out there. So that's a plan for this year. I'm gonna be networking more.
A solid brand strategy, and especially making yourself because it is your face. So if you were hiding behind the kitchen every single day, everyone would be like, where is he?
Yeah, exactly. So and we get customers that come in on Fridays and Saturdays, particularly just to come try the food out, but also meet me and my team and my family. And when I'm not there, it's we get a lot of people like, is Rick here or Rick around? When I'm there, I'm talking to people, I'm going around the tables, and people love that. They love seeing the chef come out and talk to them, right? And I'm making it. I've given up my Fridays and Saturdays just to be with my fans and my customers, because I love what I do, and like you said, if I wasn't there, I don't think the brand would be where it is right now, right? It would just be a regular restaurant. And I think it's going to be challenging when I do grow and have multiple locations. How do I kind of be at all locations? I can't, right? So
if you need a beard double,
I
can fill in.
All right, sweet.
No worries.
Okay.
I mean,
they might have to shave that beautiful hair of yours.
No worries, man. It's for you, man. I'll do it.
I don't have hair, but I wish I did. And looking at your full set of hair, it's I got a cousin who's got long hair, and I'm just like, man, like, don't ever shave that. Don't ever cut it. Put a man bun. Be proud of it. Do what you gotta do. That's a bald guy speaking, right? But
there's a nice bromance going on right now.
Yeah. It's the bourbon.
Awesome.
We're gonna ask you.
I was going to, but
we
I
wanted
feel
some
like,
consistency here.
I know. I feel like I
just use your hair and just. There you go.
So where do you see the brand going pretty much in the next few months, year?
Don't worry, you don't have to reveal.
We're expanding. We're working on a food truck right now, more for events and catering and corporate gigs and all that. We're getting a little bit more space. We're actually talking about expanding in not just Canada, but outside of Canada.
Awesome.
Nice.
Our food it's fun to go into different countries, and where there's a South Asian population there, it's different food. It may be butter chicken, it may be chicken tikka masala, it may be dal, but they eat it differently. They're grown to adapt their flavors from their country. So for an example, for England, the food might be similar, but the tastes are a little bit different on how they cook and how they fry and all that. So it'd be kind of cool to go to different countries and adapt their flavors and kind of introduce a similar menu but a different menu. So we're looking at some different options there. In the next 5 years, I would love to see multiple Rick's Curettes or other restaurants by Rick Matharu out there. I don't know exactly which route we're taking, but there will be more restaurants. My goal is to be a restaurateur, so I've got ideas left, right, and center when it comes to restaurant ideas and recipes. So it's just, this is the fun part where we're just, we've planted the seed, we've watered the seed, the bark, the tree trunk is growing, And now we're at the branches. We're like, okay, where do we go from here, and how do we maintain it, right?
Yeah.
You know, as entrepreneurs, we like to throw 1,000 things at the wall, and kind of whatever sticks, and we go with that, right? But in between, there's so many failures, which are not failures. They're stepping stones. I could have franchised literally 100 Rick's Good Eats in the last year, but I would never do that because, number one, it would jeopardize the food, it would jeopardize the brand, and nobody's as passionate as you are, right? So you got to find the right team members to make it grow. So we're at that stage where we're slowly growing. Everyone's always like, you know, why don't you open up in Toronto? Why don't you open up in Mississauga? Why don't you open up in Brampton? Why don't you open up here? It's like, oh well, in time. Just got to do it properly and slowly and take the right steps.
It's funny you say that because we have almost a parallel growth with the Hip House, where a lot of people have approached the Hip House about, you know, why don't you do it here? Why don't you do it there? And we were like, no, we want to do it right. We're not trying to rush this market. And then we're at the exact same stage as well, where we're like finally looking at expansion. So it's cool to see someone else in that kind of parallel, different industry, but the same parallel thinking and the way you're growing. So, I mean, it's amazing, like, even in the last year, just watching you guys grow and seeing how your reach is.
I think one of the best things is when you walk into the restaurant, it's so diverse. Like, it's not just the South Asian community, it's everyone. And it's like everyone from around here, and then people travel to come try your food.
It's crazy. I'm surprised at some of the customers that come in, and I love it because it's like, I need to ask them, like, how did you hear about Rick's?
It's a good
and what did you think about
the
food? Yeah, and it's just, you know, people ask me all the time, it must be all the Indians that come in and Punjabis that come in. I'm like, no, it's a diverse crowd. And, you know, it's a way of us introducing those flavors to everyone through a food that they're familiar with. Whether it be a burger or pasta or pizza. We're sneaking in those flavors, and they're used to eating those types of food, but they might not know what a Punjabi flavor is, or Punjabi cheeseburger is. They might not know what tandoori bacon is. They know what bacon is, but they don't know what tandoori is. So it's the best way to showcase our culture and our food.
I haven't tried the Rick's fried chicken yet, but that's the next thing that I need to try.
That's our top. It's actually at par with the Punjabi cheeseburger at the moment.
Ooh, really?
Like, we are going through cases and cases of chicken just because we're trying to keep up with this burger, the demand. It's a great. And you know what? The fried chicken with the sauce goes well with cocktails and bourbon.
we need to talk after this. We need to talk after this because damn, man, like we've watched your growth. We're excited to see what you have in store. I know you had mentioned the food truck, and you know, good luck with that. And hopefully, like, I want to see you around the city. I think there's plenty of opportunity for you to kill it. So,
but also don't move out because we're happy you're in.
I actually sometimes use him as a
reference point.
Oh my god! It's like, oh, where are you guys? Oh, you know where Rick is? Yeah, we're right about that.
That's hilarious.
Oh, okay,
That's awesome.
Cool. It's like it's almost a landmark for us now. So it's a great conversation starter as well. They'd be like, oh, do you know Rick? Of course, me and Rick go back. We grew beards together. I mean,
that's awesome.
You know, so it's always a great conversation to have.
I can't say the same thing.
You cannot. But I mean, again, this is actually a really good cocktail. And like, damn. Yeah, man.
It goes down smooth. This is what I do. I develop recipes, and I just sit there, and recipes come flying at me, and I'm just like, okay, boom, boom, boom. It's like a scientist, you know?
It's like the food matrix. He's like ounces and ingredients.
Actually, last week I was just making, I was working on a old fashioned, because that's one of my favorite drinks. And I was messing around with it, and I just came up with 3 different versions of an old fashioned, using one of these juices, and also just different methods of just doing it. And that's the best part about my job is, I have to eat and drink a lot. It's crazy because I'm going out with chefs and, you know, going out to different restaurants and all that, and I've also got to work out now too. But it's fun because it's fun to see the development of the recipes coming to life. Like this started off just for fun, and it's so simple. It's 3 ingredients, right? But there's the right consistency, the right amount that goes into every cup, right? And it all depends on the size of the cup too. Right. Well, like, I mean, if this was a little bit more bigger, and I did the even portions, it wouldn't taste the same. So it's fun to do that.
Well, this has been very enjoyable. I think we're all just gonna sit back and relax and drink some cocktails after this. But thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
We had so much fun learning everything about your business, and you guys definitely have to check out Rick's if you guys are in the area, because we're also here as well, so you guys can come and hang out with us.
Say hi, have a drink with us, grab a burger, come upstairs.
I'll come join you guys for a drink. We'll have a party.
We'll leave all of Rick's links down below and his website as well, so you guys can check him out. With that being said, this is Gauch, this is Rick, I'm Mira. We hope you guys have a great Wednesday.
3 hours later.
Rick, we're done. I have to go home.
Butter chicken.
Okay, I'm done. Good night, Rick. Bye. I love you.